Hello, travellers out there. I hope you've all had a great week and are all having a lovely Friday. I've had such a lovely week and have enjoyed this beautiful sunny weather. Today, I got ready for the day ahead and I was up nice and early, and my mum went back to bed as she was up in the night. My younger sister is off work today, so she's just been on a PlayStation and just listening to some music and just chilling up in a room. My older brother is in Bath at the moment working, as he does lots of setting up for like concerts and events and stuff, and my younger brother's at work as well, and older sister is at her house, and my dad was at work. He got back and sorted stuff out in the garden, food transport for my dog house, and then he went off to bed, and I went onto my Facebook, Twitter and Instagram and had a bowl of cereal for my breakfast and listened to a bit of Enya and a bit of All Saints. Can't wait for the new album to come out on the 20 something of July. It's coming, I think it's coming out soon, and I cannot wait to get my hands on that. I've been listening to Love Lasts Forever, the new song for the newest album. Absolutely love All Saints, and listened to a bit of Enya and Dido and a bit of Pale Rose and Panic Disco and Kylie. Love Kylie's Golden Album. Music Too Sad Without You is probably my favourite song from her Golden Album. Can't wait seeing her in September. I know I keep on saying this, but it's actually keep on having to pinch myself because it's doesn't seem well. Finally, after 18 odd years of loving Kylie Minogue, I'm finally going to be getting to see her up in Birmingham, and then seeing Tom Grennan in October, and then next week or the week after, me and my older sister and two of her mates, our family friends that we've known since I was young and she was young, are going off to see Mamma Mia Here We Go Again, and I can't wait for that. I love Cher and can't wait to see her in the second one. Sad about the death of Donna, though. I've heard about that, but apparently there's something that happens in the end that's very adorable that involves Donna, so I'm very excited for that. And I've been listening to the soundtrack, and I love the song When I Kiss the Teacher. I've been listening to that on replay at the moment, and I worked on my book and some new songs and some scripts donuts for my dog games show. Paid my dog games show, and moved to the Dolls and Dolls front. Saw the sets and pops out, and then I watched some Doctor episodes and some Supernatural episodes and Tortured episodes, and I finished the season 5 of Supernatural, and I've now started on season 6. As I've watched all these seasons before, but I'm watching them from the start to the end, and yeah, I just absolutely love that show, and I hope it goes on for a long time, and I can't wait for the new season of Doctor Who to start. I watched the Doctor Who trailer and it looks so good. I can't wait to see how Jodie Whittaker does as the newest Doctor. And I played my dog at a show and got one of my doll fans out and some of my dolls and did a big doll stunt for my dog at a show, and did some filming and editing of that, and did a doll photography. Added some snaps onto my Instagram of my dolls at Dollhouse and Blue Truck Dolls, and then tidied my office up. And for my lunch, I had a cheesy pickle toasty and a cup of tea. And my dad got up from his nap and was very angry as my cat, two-lady cat Fred, who's like 100 years old, who's so skinny now, has now, we think he's kind of lost control of his like body functions because he just pees and pews everywhere. He went to the toilet on the mat in the living room, so my dad had to clean that up, and he's taking it to get cleaned up. And then my dad went off back to work. My mum got up, otherwise she wouldn't go to sleep tonight. And then my dad went back to work, and then me and my younger sister and my mum were watching Say Yes to the Dress in the living room, and we heard something and was like, what the hell's that? And our cat had gone to the toilet on the sofa. Luckily we have sofa covers, so we just had to quickly take that off and clean that up, but it stank out the whole of the living room. Crazy cat. And we are seriously thinking, it's a tough decision, but thinking to go to vets and see if he may have to be put down, because he's so frail now, and he's just doesn't look to be very comfortable for him. And yeah, he's very old now. I'm surprised how he's lasted this long, to be honest. So that might be, it's going to be sad, but then I won't miss the peeing and pooing and state of it. It's like having another baby in the house, and the constant meowing at like 1 o'clock in the morning, having to hear him constantly meow. And yeah, I was a bit like, no, so don't we shouldn't, but then now he's just getting worse and worse, and it's just not looking very good, really. And I watched some episodes of Glee and watched The Phantom of the Opera. Absolutely love that. It's one of my favourite musicals of all time. And I watched some vlogs and finds, and watched some dollhouse tour videos and dollcraft videos, and some doll tour stuff, and the dolls and doll stuff off eBay, Amazon, Swiss. My dolls that I ordered on eBay should be here within 2 weeks, and I can't wait to get those, open them up, and do some doll photography with those. And I also watched some Scooby-Doo DVDs, some episodes of the Gem and the Holograms animated series, and watched some Barbie and Bratz films, and watched Barbie as a pencil, and did some colouring pages as I find it very therapeutic, and did some illustrations for my new book, and worked on the newest chapter of my book, and I've started my new book, hashtag let the new adventures begin, and I cannot wait for what's to come. I've got some really good ideas up my sleeve, and I've got lots of twists and turns and plot twists in my book at the moment that I'm going to be revealing, and I cannot wait. I absolutely love writing, and I watch some classic Disney shows and Disney films, and some Nickelodeon and Boomerang and Cartoon YouTube shows and films, and I tidied up my dogs and dolls from I've been playing my dog as a show, and I did some filming and editing of that, and worked on the newest chapter to my book. I did a lot of writing, and I then had a bit of a writing rest, and went up to End Room and watched some stuff off of Chord and BBC Player and catch up that I need to watch, and caught up on Cashy, Hobby and Doctors, and I watched some episodes of Shotland Street and some other medical drama stuff, and some also stuff like Skins, Waterloo, Grange Hill, Degrassi, and some other stuff like that. And I watched some episodes of Downton Abbey, and I can't wait for the film to come out. And Sense and Sensibility and Pride and Prejudice, the 1995 version with Colin Firth in as Mr. Darcy, and he looked fine as Mr. Darcy. And I watched Bridget Jones' Diary 1 and 2, and then watched Penelope and Ever After and some other DVDs, listened to some season vinyl, and I watched some episodes of The Bill and CSI and some other police and crime drama stuff, and watched Miss Marple, Midsummer Murders, Murder She Wrote, and some other murder mystery and crime investigation stuff. And I watched some episodes of This Morning, Lucian Lorraine, the Ellen Jones Show, and some other talk show stuff. I'd love to have my own talk show, it'd be so cool. And then I watched Cake Boss, and was making me crave cake because the cakes look so amazing, and watched some episodes of British Bake Off and some other cookie show stuff. And I then watched High School Musical 2 and some other musical stuff, and watched some episodes of The Next Step and some other dance drama and musical drama stuff, and watched some episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Merlin, Charmed, Being Human, Supernatural, Doctor 2, and some other sci-fi and fantasy stuff. As sci-fi and fantasy films and shows help me with my story writing, as a lot of those shows and films I watch influenced me to come up with my story ideas. And I then went in the pool and swam in the pool for a bit, then got out, got dried off, and went off and watched today's Henry and Neighbours out the End Room. And I then threw the tennis ball for my dog house, and then went upstairs and did some doll photography and tidied my dolls and dollhouse out, and tidied my office up for my been working on the newest chapter of my book, actually new songs, and switched some songs for my doll show like a game, and sang one of my songs to my sister, who was very impressed. Played on my keyboard a bit, and she's been teaching me to play some songs on the keyboard at the moment, which is awesome. And I watched the Ninja Turtles movie from 1999 or 1998, and I absolutely love that film. It's such a classic. And then I watched Lucky's Talking one. I absolutely love the Lucky Talking films. They're so funny. And watched Annie, and watched Burlesque and some other DVDs. And then I played on Minecraft and COD, and I played Ludo and Snakes and Ladders and Jenga, and played some other cards and board games. And me and my younger sister and my mum I'm just watching some films at the moment, and I watched some episodes of RuPaul's Drag Race, America's Top Model, and some X Factor and The Voice auditions. And I am now off to go carry on working on my book a bit and some new songs, and then play my main project doll, and then go and do some more doll photography and sort my dolls and dolls out and watch some more supernatural episodes. I hope you've all had a lovely Friday, or have a lovely weekend, and I shall see you soon with a new vlog coming very soon. Bye.